Hello, I'm Andrielle, and I'll be reading Mice and Men. The bunkhouse was a long rectangular building. Inside the walls were whitewashed and the floor unpainted. In 3 walls there was a small square windows, and in the 4th a solid door. With a wooden latch against the walls were 8 bunks. 5 of them made up the blankets, and the other 3 showing their burlap ticking. Each bunk there were a nail and apple box with the opening forward so that it made 2 shelves for the personal belongings of the occupant of the bunk. And these shelves were loaded with little articles: soap, talcum powder, razors, and those Western magazines ranchmen love to read and scoff at secretly believe. There was medicine on the shelves in little vials, combs, and from nails on the box sides. A few neckties. Near one wall there were a black cast iron stove, its stovepipe going straight through the ceiling, and in the middle of the room stood a big square table littered with playing cards, and around it were group boxes for the players to sit on. At about 10 o'clock in the morning, the sun threw a bright dust-laden bar through one of the side windows. In and out of the beam flies shot through rushing stars. The wooden latch raised, and the door opened, and a tall, stoop-shouldered old man came in. He was dressed in blue jeans, and he carried a big bush broom in his left hand. Behind him came George, and behind George, Lenny. "The boss was expecting you last night," the old man said. "He was sore as hell when you wasn't here to go out this morning." He pointed with his right arm, and out the sleeve came a round stick-like wrist, but no hand. "You can have them 2 beds there," he said, indicating 2 bunks near the stove. George stepped over and threw his blankets down on the burlap sack of straw that was a mattress. He looked into the box shelf and then picked a small yellow can from it. "Say, what the hell is this?" "I don't know," said the old man. "Says positively kills lice, roaches, and other scorches." "What the hell kind of bed you giving us anyways? We don't want no pants rabbits." The old swamper shifted his broom and held it between his elbow and his sides. While he held out his hand for the can, he studied the label carefully. "Tell you what," he said finally. "Last guy that had this bed was Blacksmith. Hella nice fella, and was clean. A guy as you want to meet. Used to wash his hands, even after he ate." "Then how come he got graybacks?" George working up a slow anger. Lenny put his bindle on the neighboring bunk and sat down. He watched George with an open mouth. "Tell you what," said the old swamper. "This here Blacksmith named Whitty was the kind of guy that would put that stuff around, even if there wasn't no bugs, just to make sure. See? Tell you what he used to do. At meals, he'll peel his boiled potatoes and take 'em out, little spot, no matter what kind, before he eat it. And there was a red splotch on an egg. He'd scrape it off. Finally quit about the food. That kind of guy. He was clean, used to dress up Sundays when he wasn't going no place, put a necktie even, and then sat in the bunkhouse." "I ain't so sure," said George skeptically. "What did you say he quit for?" The old man put the yellow can in his pocket and rubbed his brisky white whiskers with his uncle. "Why, he just quit the way a guy will. Says it was the food, just wanted to move. Didn't give no other reason but the food. Just says, 'Give me my time.' One night, the way any guy would."